make the math yourself, go and see how many users you have on your website and ask them whether or not they read the printed paper. Then look at that amount of readers and ask yourself, what if I could add enough value to these people's lives to make them pay me just 1 krone a day? What would that mean to my economy? Tell me, do you think that's a major goal? Do you think that's a huge ambition to have? I personally believe that that's being realistic, not ambitious. Let's take an example. Let's say you sell about 50,000 newspapers every day, and you have 200,000 people reading it. Let's also say that you have 200,000 people reading your material on your website. If 75% of the 200,000 does not read the printed paper, that means you have 150,000 new potential customers out there. If you could add enough value on your website to make each and every one of them pay 1 krone a day, then you would have as much as 4.5 million krone every single month in revenue. That's 54 million in a year. The truth is, you can sell content and services on your website. But there is one truth that you absolutely must understand first. It's not the content that dictates the value, it's the media. In other words, there's a huge difference between the pricing of a printed product and the pricing of a digital product. Let me take an example. If you buy a printed book on 300 pages, you might pay as much as 300 kroner for it. But if you buy the same amount of information as an e-book, that is, as a downloadable PDF file, it won't be worth more than 100 kroner. But if you make the author read it aloud and you sell that recording as a downloadable media file on a website, you can get as much as 200 kroner for it. But if you put that recording on CDs instead and then include a nice workbook, then you can get as much as 1,000 kroner for it. This is the facts. So it's not the information, it's not the content, but it's the media that dictates the value. The problem is, most newspapers look at their printed product when they determine the price of the digital product. And this does not work. The key is to charge the right price. But what is the right price? The right price is, of course, the price that corresponds directly to the perceived value in the customer's mind. So when you launch your e-paper or your content or your services on your website, you have to ask yourself, and you have to ask your friends and other people, what would you pay to get a daily access to these things? And their response will probably surprise you, because our experience tells us that people are willing to pay 1 to 2 kroner a day to get access to editorial content and other services. And you know why? The reason is people are not silly. They know perfectly well that producing a printed product is so much more expensive than producing a digital product. So if you charge people 6 kroner a day to read the digital version of the printed paper, you'll get a couple of hundred customers, and that's that. Think about it in this way. You have to offer people way more value than you charge them back. And you already do this. What is your printed product? 50 pages of hard work, articles, images, and all that for just 8 kroner a day? I get all that for 8 kroner. You have to do the same thing on the web, but the media is different, and you have to take that into consideration. So why don't we? Why don't we try to add enough value to these people's lives to make them pay us every day? I'll tell you why. Because we're afraid of losing subscribers on the printed paper. We're afraid of what we call cannibalism. That our success on the internet will mean that we won't make as much on the printed media. We don't want to ruin the core business. So we have to focus on the 50 to 75% that doesn't read the printed paper, because they're not even customers yet. But how can you do this? How can you communicate only with the 75% and not the 25% that reads the printed paper? How do you do this on your website? At ValueSoft we have software systems that does just that, and you can read a lot more about it on this website. We've also developed the technical and strategical foundation you need to skyrocket your internet business. We have over 10 years of experience in developing successful internet businesses, and we would be absolutely thrilled to help you develop your website. Take action now and learn more about what we can do for you. The first thing we offer you is free information. Information that you can just run with and use on your own. We offer you this information because we want to take active part in your challenges right now. Whether you buy something from us or not is not important at this point. What's important is that you take action now and do something. The more precise your image is of how the world actually works, the better decisions you'll make and the better results you'll get. I hope this very short introduction to our world has made you decide to know more. The information you currently have has given you the results you currently experience. To change the results, you must change the information available to you.